Hey everyone, it's Patrick with Univium. Today I'm just going to show you a cool technique I found to transfer data from Airtable to Google Sheets, or to sync data between Airtable and Google Sheets for tables that have linked records, like these right here. I found it interesting because in most databases you have like a third junction table to show those many-to-many relationships. So I had a lot of trouble finding an efficient way to sync that data with Google Sheets, but I found a good method, so I'll show you real quick. Um, First off, I'm going to show you the method that didn't work, used a lot of operations, highly inefficient. I'll show you that, then I'll show you the correct way to do it. And so we're just going to run that real quick, and you'll see it's already using up a ton of operations, and so definitely not a feasible option. It barely put any data in there. And so what I developed instead of that is, let's see, there's a thing on my screen I can't move. All right, put this up here. Is this method right here, which just boom, one done, all your data is there. I think I messed up that formatting right there, but that was done by that other script. So, yeah, it's real simple. Now, the one trick that I had trouble with doing, because this is, as you can see, it shows these many-to-many relationships now. So for each job scenario, it has a separate record for each application, as opposed to like in Airtable, it'll show them kind of concatenated. The hard part was expanding this out in an efficient way that didn't use a bunch of operations. And so what I ended up having to do for that is I had to actually make a custom Google Apps script, which I'll show you where you can find that in my repository, to process that data and, you know, transform it to make it have a record for each relationship and kind of spit that out. And the reason I did all this is because I wanted to pull in the data to Google Sheets because it was easier to work with in Looker Studio when building a dashboard. And so I'll go ahead and walk you all through getting that set up. And so let me move this back over here. And I'm going to start out by just clearing this. There we go. And just to start from scratch, I'm going to get rid of this. And then I'm going to get rid of my Google Apps script wherever it went. Yeah, there it is. Just delete that. That way we'll get a fresh start. All right. And so, first thing we can do, you can actually go to my repository. I'll have a link in the description. And we're going to go to make.com blueprints. This linked record expansion is what I called it. I tried to think of a better name, but I feel like it's pretty accurate. We're going to download this. This is the make.com blueprint that you can just import directly. We'll create a new scenario. We'll import that. All right. So we've got that set up now. And I know we're going to have to configure some of this in here a little bit, but I'm also going to go ahead. First off, let's save this. It won't let me save it till I set this stuff up. So we're going to go ahead and configure this then. Let's see. And of course, you'll have to configure this to, your specific setup. For me, it's going to be this job scenarios table. I really don't need to sort ID and application name. Is that what we wanted? I think that's what we wanted. We'll go with that for now. this to set up that. And we're going to get our spreadsheet ID from here. Look at that. That was wrong right there. I'm going to do A2 through Z. That way there's just does everything and is leaving room for headers. We'll do this one right here. I think there was an S on this one. Place the spreadsheet ID. I did that. Okay. Now we should be good. Let's see if that lets us save. All right. So that's saved. Now this is my file for this project. I'm going to create a new Google Apps script. I'm signing into the wrong account. Let's just name this links. Okay. Name that link record expansion. And we're going to go get this code from my repository. Copy this. And now I'm not going to go over too much all the details of how this function works and what it does. I might make a separate video for that if needed. But if y'all have any questions, if you read over it, if you're familiar with this type of code, it's pretty self-explanatory. But if you need any custom solutions, feel free to reach out or leave a comment if you have any questions. And we're going to, what are we going to do next? We're going to put that code in here. That was the old version. This is the new version. All right. That's in there. We're going to deploy as a web app. And I was questioning whether or not I would want to, do this as only myself, but then there's like an authentication process. So I might try and refine that a bit in the future, but I just set it to execute as myself. I mean, it's just processing data and spitting it out. I feel like there could be a security issue there, but just for this simple test, I'm going to make it simple. And it says it's loading. Hopefully my internet's still working. There we go. So we're going to copy this URL. We are going to this request. We're going to put that in there. And I'm going to delete this so none of y'all can use it. So that'll be gone in a minute. But yeah, just for this thing. So we're going to leave that there. And let's make sure. So because we're going to want to make a combination. We're going to want to make a unique indicator. That was one of the main reasons I did this, is I needed that unique indicator here, and then scenario ID and application name. So I think we could just work with these two and concatenate them, is what I'm thinking. So we got that. Got that. We may have everything we need. Sorry, I have some notes on my screen. I keep moving them around. Yeah, okay. Let's just run a test run and see how this holds up. All right. Yeah, so it was real simple, easy script. I don't know why these are URLs, but we can worry about that later. If I had done just numbers, I think that would have gone away. I could have used application ID instead of application name for this unique indicator, but pretty simple script. I'm thinking, let's see, I'd like to make a more dynamic version of this in the future that can maybe, I don't know, have some more controls on the type of data you're passing and type of response you want. This really only works for my specific scenario, or if you were to have a array with a similar structure to what I'm using. So I may make something more dynamic in the future, and I may make it public for y'all to use. But In the meantime, if you have any questions or need any help, feel free to reach out. Thank you.